left you bruised, nothing out of the ordinary, really. That Goliath really had a tough left hook, and you hit the mat too many times to count. Honestly, you're surprised that mat is functioning at all, considering how hard it is. As you sit up in your sleeping area, let's call it, you walk over to the sink, splash water on your face, and who do we see in the mirror?
See, Ted Wilson, from underground lion, underground lion of many losing battles.
What scars have been more prominent these days? What's your hair looking like?
These days, I've kind of noticed that at one time I fought this Tabaxi, like a little black fella, and he had a right hook that tore up under my eye a little. Still looks like it's getting worse. I should probably consider getting some actual medication for that at some point. Ah, man, my main's all a mess. Goddamn fucking Goliath. I know he's got a good left hook, but Jesus, I didn't expect myself to fall on that mat. It almost shattered the back of my skull.
You remember the in-house doctor telling you that, it might not be a bad idea to swing by the next day just to make sure that the cracking in your skull isn't full breakage and it just remains cracks.
I'm pretty sure I also told that doctor, I'm pretty sure I don't have much medical coverage.
Well, I mean, he never asks for money in return for his services.
But he's a doctor. I can already heal the implication.
Yeah, the last favor you did for him was less than pleasant. Should have told you that box, that styrofoam box contained, well, beholder eyes, but that was neither here nor there because they were quote-unquote inert. And, as dangerous as they are, they're not going to shoot any lasers at you.
Luckily.
You hear a knock at your door. Well, not a door, a curtain that covers your area with a door jamb next to it. Either way, there's a knock.
Alright, coming in. It's not like I can lock the door anyway.
In walks Tyler, the promoter for the Underground Fight Ring, and he goes by Crimson Blade, but, Tyler. Tiefling man, curled back horns in the style of a ram, deep red visage, wearing his familiar designer outfits, as gaudy as they ever are, gold adorning his neck and wrists, and as he smiles to you, he notices that he has a new grill in his mouth today. He goes, "There's my big kitty. How you doing today?"
Well, the doctor said I should probably start seeing him more often, but the last time I did, I'm pretty sure I remember almost being zapped to death. So, no worse than hell, no better than heaven.
Well, yeah, the doc himself can be pretty, eccentric in his methods, but he gets the job done, and for a gnomish guy who can't go back to his own country, it makes pretty decent money. Weird that doesn't make you pay, though. I mean, you pay, but, favors.
Yeah, I'm worried that the next time I see him, he's going to be a little weirder.
The last one I did for him, he asked me to, pick up some pastries from this half-elf guy or something. And then I did, but I got mugged for the pastries, so I had to pick up more pastries. It was a weird thing. Either way, you gotta have the day for yourself. You are on cleaning duty, sanitizing mats and stuff like that, so if you want to get on that as soon as possible, as soon as you have that done, the day is kind of yours. However, you are up for 3 fights tonight, and you do have to at least try to win one of them.
Oh, yeah? Anybody I should be concerned about?
Well, let's see. Pulls out a little black book. He says, we got you fighting the lizard folk. We've got you with... Nope, they canceled. We got you... Well, you're okay with fighting plasmoids, right?
Tough. It's gonna be a difficult time, but I think I can figure it out.
Yeah, then, super squishy. It'll be fine. He'll be fine. And then for your main event here, we've got you fighting Gortish again.
God damn it.
Yep. He just came back from vacation, trying to get a warm up in. But
Warm up, that's what he calls it.
Well, I was there. You were there. Like, he was pretty much playing with you.
Exactly.
I mean, okay, look, for an orc guy, he's not as mean as he could be, right? He could just crush your skull there and call it good, but he understands, as much as he can, that, this is a business and we gotta have an entertainment factor. And everybody likes an underdog, and somehow people keep betting on you to win. I mean, you're not a small guy, but, nobody expects you to, fight as bad as you do.
Yeah, well, this hand-to-hand combat was never my style until I moved here.
Yeah, about that, you got some mail from some dude out in the farmlands. I think his name is, I can't read this. What is this chicken scratch?
It's just the cousin. He's just checking up on me, I guess.
Cool. I mean, I'll just hand it off to you, but, see, I don't keep family around because they're a liability. And when you make as much money as me, I got to keep my options open. But, at least get yourself like a girlfriend or something to make your days off interesting.
In this kind of business, do you think I can afford that?
I mean, you make money. I mean, you can't afford an apartment, but like, you get food, you got a phone, you got, you live here rent free. So I think that's pretty generous of me, if I can say so myself.
Yeah, I still gotta thank you one day for that.
Yeah, you could do that. Point is, I really, really need you to try and win tonight. Big boss Sark is, he's getting a little annoyed, that you keep losing. And the last time you won was a fluke because the floor cracked underneath him, So, just try.
Don't worry, I'll probably at least win against the first match. Who was it again?
We got you against the lizard folk.
Yeah, he should be easy enough.
Well, his name is Bone Ripper, so...
That's what they all call themselves.
Yeah, we had a guy last night in called Flesh Taker.
Yeah, they're...
like, pretty basic names, I would say. They try to get creative, but the creativity can only go so far.
Yeah, but you know what I've met for them, though they're all pretty eccentric like that, but they're not much stronger than they say they could be.
Right. Okay, well, I have to go do anything but this. So, clean up the mats and do whatever. Just be back by 10.
Gotcha.
Cool. Oh, and Ted?
Yeah.
You know you're not cut out for this, right?
I don't have a choice, though.
I mean, the Donut Knoll pays, like, pretty decent. You could do that. You don't have to do this.
I could, if I didn't scare them all, as I didn't scare everyone off last time I went there.
Alright, man. I tried. As he leaves you, what thoughts are running through Ted's head as he once again is left alone?
The only thought that's running through my head is how the hell am I going to defeat a literal ball of goo in the second round? That's going to be a pain in the ass.
In the quiet, something that has often crossed your mind and has often been said to you is you're not cut out for this. You could do something else. You could do more with your life. How does hearing this make Ted feel?
It kind of makes me feel like I know I'm not cut out for fighting. I know probably could do better, but I'm in a situation where that doesn't permit me to be anything but, at least at the moment. I don't have the money to go looking for a nice suit to fit myself, just so that way I can look presentable at other places.
You look back in the mirror, contemplative, shaggy mane, scarred face. Still got that piece missing out of your nose. Your claws look a little unkempt. It's probably about time for a trim. Trim all over, really, as your fur generally is pretty matted with your own blood, mostly. You start to wonder if, even if these people are right and I can do something else, what could I possibly be better at than getting my ass beat every night?
Yeah. I have so many thoughts of what I could do, but can I do it? That's the question.
This fight is drawn on for too long. You have gotten down, gotten back up, knocked down, gotten back up 3 times over. This Yuan-Ti keeps playing with you. You have been fighting him for at least 5 minutes, and the deal was it would last 2. You would take a fall, you would act like you were knocked out, and that was going to be the end of it. This guy has been quite literally lifting you off the mat to make you keep fighting. He's savoring his meal. What's going through your head right now?
What's going through my head right now is I'm thinking that at some point he should have just knocked me out, but this is becoming more of a game to him, and I'm getting annoyed.
You hear the crowd. Yeah, you hear the crowd, and they're just eating it up. They are loving the endless effort of this clear underdog. And this guy knows it. This guy knows that he can play with you as long as he wants, as long as the crowd's on his side. Well, your side. Big Boss Sark up there is actively laughing at the fact that you have not gone down. And you see what counts for a ref, and they're tapping their wrist. It's time to wrap it up. What do?
Alright. I guess I'm going to I'm going to do one final punch. I'm going to try and knock this guy off his feet with all my strength. But I would like to subconsciously activate one of my monk open palm attack.
Right. As you put your guard back up, you lean in, dodging strikes left and right. You land a good uppercut to the ribs. You see him double over, holding his sides. You take the advantage to put 1, 2 to the jaw, 3 under the chin. You see him go down, stumbling, faltering, and just for good measure, you run up and knee to the forehead as he goes down limp. Kara, the ring attendant, goes 1, 2, 3. You see the crowd losing their minds. You see multiple people ripping up tickets, running back and forth, acting like they just won the lottery. 5, 6, 7, 8. You think, is it over? Is it finally done? 9, 10. Waves her arms. That's it. You've won your first fight in a very long time. People are losing their minds. The crowd is in an uproar. People are screaming, crying, yelling. A couple of personal fights go off in the crowd, and the bouncers have to come and stop a couple of them. You stand victorious as Kara lifts your arm and says, "Winner! The Big Kitty!" You never liked that name, but it always got a laugh. Back in the staging area, you're taking off your gloves, and a man in a well-pressed black and gold suit with a elven woman on his arm in a large fur coat with a very nice feathered boa draping across her shoulders and forearms says, well, the Big Kitty. Quite the name for such an imposing figure.
Right. How's it going?
Hello. Your organizer has allowed me to speak to you because you intrigue me. Honestly, I'm surprised at your sense of grit, effort, and denial of adversity. I'd like to keep my eye on you.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, actually. Oh, let me introduce myself. My name is Tiberius. Tiberius, well, you don't need my last name.
Fair enough.
Now, Mr. Wilson, I have an interesting proposition for you. One that I believe will help you in the long run.
Do so.
Well, a friend of mine, an associate really, is looking for some muscle to guard a certain package coming into the city. One that does not need to be on the radar of certain groups of people, if you catch my drift. Now, I think that you would be great for this role. All you have to do is stand there and look menacing, which, by the looks of you, will be very, very easy. I will pay you 500 gold to do so, and possibly a favor in the future.
A favor. That's worth more than gold.
Yes, I believe myself to be a very benevolent person. I tend to alter the fates of the people I associate with.
The 500 gold, I can use that to finally maybe get my eye looked at.
Yes, I understand that your in-house doctor, Mr. Pizzywinkle, interesting name, is, while a skilled artificer and has done a lot of research in the past in medicine, not quite great bedside manner.
No.
Well,
Alright, so I just gotta get the package and just look menacing while doing it?
Well, you are not getting the package personally. I have a courier who will be receiving the package. All you have to do is, with the 2 other men with him, guard, keep a lookout, make sure no harm comes to him as he gets into his car.
Yeah, I think I can do that.
Quite a simple task for 500 gold, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, suspiciously simple, but at the moment I don't have the time to think about it, or afford the time.
Good man. He hands you a card with an address. Come here tomorrow night, and your organizer already knows you won't be available, so you won't be scheduled for any fights. Hopefully,
All
be
right.
able to heal some of your wounds for once, instead of having to play through them.
Well, we can certainly hope so. They do enjoy the underdog story, as he keeps telling me.
Yes. Well, more like under cat, but semantics and all.
Semantics. Alright.
Well,
I'll be there.
great. It's a pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Wilson, and I do believe you will enjoy what comes of your future. He does a slight bow.
Ignore it for now. I'll
Great.
just lean my head down.
He does a slight bow and walks out with the woman on his side. As he opens the curtain to leave, the woman looks over her shoulder at you and winks. The next night, you show up to this warehouse. The man that greet you is a human man, roughly a third of your size, and a furbolg gentleman who is slightly weird because you've never seen a furbolg before. Not very common in this country.
Interesting.
The human goes, "You Ted?"
That'd be me.
"Great. Stand here and don't do anything. The car should be pulling up in a minute."
Alright, I'm just gonna stand there.
You see a gray sedan pull up. The bright LED headlights blind you slightly, and you see a half-elven man, rail thin, looks like a stiff wind would blow him over, steps out, slightly trembling and nervous as he looks around his surroundings. You notice a steel collar around his neck with some sort of jewel in it, and a bracelet that glows with a blue energy. He steps forward and turns his wrist over, presenting another magical jewel that produces an illusion of a recording. "This man is to collect the package and then return to the car. No one is going to touch him. No one is going to talk to him. Give him the package and let him leave. Is this understood?"
I'm just gonna nod.
Everyone else nods. "Good. Commence with exchange." The illusion fades, and the man stands there, trembling. Around the same time, a boat pulls up from the harbor behind the warehouse. A small little speedboat with a puttering motor pulls up to the dock as an orc gentleman holding a brown paper package wrapped in twine labeled fragile and radiated and other various warnings hands the package to the man, who immediately winces at touching it and grabbing it. You see a certain energy flood into the man's veins as he holds this package, trembling even more. On the walk back to this man's car, short as it is, you hear a rustling around you. A pipe falls onto the ground. The human man stops, pulls out a sword, and the other man follows suit. You wait in the quiet. You look around, hearing the sloshing of water behind you. The orc gentleman climbs back into the boat and speeds off, knowing something that you don't. You, Ted, hear something more. Whispering. Shuffling. You smell the air and you smell polished boots and gunpowder. It's an ambush. You only have slight time to react. What do you do?
Do I see openings, or do I just have to make an opening?
It seems that you're going to have to make one very soon.
Where's... You said the water's behind me, right?
Yes.
Well, guess Kay's going for a bath.
What do you do for anybody else in the area?
I'm gonna just do these people just like work for the people who aren't part of the ambush?
It seems that the other two men here are in the same predicament you are. They were paid by the same guy to basically make sure that this went smoothly.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna. Am I in between them?
You are kind of on the left side of the group, with the scrawny elf man in between all three of you.
I'm just gonna tap the elf man. I'm gonna look both of them down and be like, "Best you leave," and I'm just gonna jump backwards into the water.
As you do so, you see movement commence as Bastion City police officers swarm the area. You see flashlights, people, get down, get down, get down, get down, everybody put your hands up, put your hands up! You hear muffled from the water. As you begin to swim away, a larger boat cuts off your escape as the city police has predicted someone might exit through the water. A spotlight shines on you. You are demanded to stay in place. Don't move. Someone will be down to apprehend you shortly.
Great.
You see the red collar on the elven man's neck glow a bright, bright red. The man drops the package, and a cerulean blue light cracks out of one of the ripped corners. He's grabbing the collar, trying to pull it off, as you see this man's neck begin to disintegrate from the shoulders up, killing him and sending him to the ground. The other two men begin to fight off as many officers as they can before they are subdued and arrested. This could not have gone worse. Hours later, you sit in an interrogation room in the police department. You hear phones. Your leg is shackled to the table that has been bolted to the floor. You see a shadowy figure through the window of the door. He comes in. Mr. Ted Wilson, correct?
Yep. Depends who's asking.
Well, the Bastion City Police is asking.
All right.
My name is Officer Rust Kelvin.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you were hired for this job.
Yeah. Howard never told what it was about. Just be there for a package.
Right. He tosses a file onto the table and sits down across from you. Mr. Wilson, I'm going to be very frank with you. There have been multiple exchanges like this in recent weeks. It seems like the mafia families of the city are doing something in the shadows, in the secret, and we want to know what it is. Now, I'm going to give you an option here. Tell us what you know, and we can do our best to make sure you don't get any time, because seeing as the report goes, you immediately try to run before doing and enacting any violence or attempting to protect anyone. You tried to save your own skin. Now, some might see that as cowardice. I see it as a smart move. I believe that if we hadn't already had forces in the water, you might have escaped.
I did warn the other two. It's not that I didn't protect them. I just warned them and took off.
Well, again, smart. He opens the file and produces a couple pictures. Do you recognize any of these men? One is a half-orc that looks similar to the owner of the fight ring, but not exactly. Another is a green dragonborn with a milked-out eye with a scar over it. And the other is another Leonin gentleman with dark brown fur and multiple gold earrings in one ear.
Do I recognize the ones that aren't the orc gentleman, because I would imagine I at least have an idea on who that one is.
You don't seem to know either. You believe you might have seen them in the fight ring, but you can't say for sure. You were getting the shit kicked out of you.
I'm gonna look to the officer and be like, well, honestly, the only person I truly recognize is the half-orc gentleman there.
Do you know his name?
God. I feel like he changes his name like every other week. All I know is that he runs the fight ring I work at. In large quotation.
Yes. Yes, the fight ring in the Lich District, correct?
Yeah. If I think about it real hard, I think his current name right now is Sark Dalton.
I see. Well, I'm sorry to say, sir, that you also don't have a job anymore. At the same time we were running this operation, another one raided your place of employment.
Damn. I guess you also raided my house then.
You were living there.
It's business housing. You know how it goes.
Right. Well, Mr. Wilson, aside from what has happened today, it seems that you don't have a very messy record at all. I'm seeing public intoxication. I'm seeing loitering, vandalism. It seems you came to the city when you were around 18, 19, from the farmlands out near Visalia. Bit of a troubled youth, minor arrests, other things I mentioned. Altogether, a mostly clean record.
Yeah,
I believe we can
teenage years were wild.
As they are for everybody. Myself, I was part of a revolutionary outfit, we like to call ourselves, when we mostly just drank stolen whiskey and smoked clove cigarettes in our cars in a parking lot.
Damn.
But I digress. My point here is that with your cooperation, of course, we would be able to get you a lighter sentence, termination, whatever the judge. It is very possible for the judge to deem that you were not involved in this in a major way at all, which is what I would agree with. Now, people like you, people are smart and did things they had to without another option, don't typically have safety nets, so I'm here to give you one. After this whole mess is settled out, I think it'd be a good idea for you to join the Bastion City Police Department.
You want me to go from underground crime mook to police department mook?
Well, all mooks aside, even I'm a mook in the general sense of the department, but we have a lot of people who have come from rough backgrounds. Typically keeps their heads on and keeps them focused. Of course, there's oversight, internal investigation, all that type of stuff. But through the academy, if you go through the right proper channels and do the right types of tests and paperwork and all that stuff, it's a good life. We pay pretty decently here. Just recently had a company-wide income adjustment for the times. And another thing you might benefit from, and he looks you up and down, health insurance.
Oh shit.
While every general health things are not required to be paid for in the city, major surgeries like bone grafts or skin grafts, or looking at your other eye there, maybe some sort of surgery to remove whatever's in your eye. Advanced procedures are a bit more expensive to do, specifically magical ones, so those require some sort of cost to be paid out of pocket. But my point here is I'm offering you an olive branch, a safety net, whatever you want to call it. I think you can do something with your life, and I think you think that too.
Yeah. Okay.
You strike me as You strike me as a man with a good sense of honor and a good head on his shoulders.
You know what? If you got that fancy file on me, you know what? Does it say? Does it say why I came here in the first place?
Go ahead, tell me.
I've had a little trouble at home. My cousin's farm kind of got overrun by not some very nice people. Let's just go with that.
All right.
And unfortunately, it has undoubtedly ruined most of his plans. About half of his plot is actually gone. We couldn't really recover any of it. So, I told him, I'm going to go to the city, make some money. We'll see what we can do about that. But,
Yes, according to your bank records, you've been sending money home pretty consistently.
yeah, it's to help him try to help him recover. But unfortunately, I know that I can't fix everything that's been done. He used to have a real nice, like, it was kind of like he called it chartreuse colored barn. I don't know what it was for, but that can't be recovered.
Right. From what I understand, sir, family's important.
Family?
It will be important. It always has been important. And, I would agree.
Yeah.
I got family out near Visalia myself. And, I visit them every solstice, But looking at that report, as I was kind of digging dirt up about you, seems like those men were apprehended. Local toughs, local youths trying to get a good amount of money together to try and do something fun over in Zygrander and live it up for a weekend.
Yeah, that's what they said. That's what they talk about. They don't talk about what they think.
And what's that?
I saw one of those boys one time. I saw it in his eyes. He wasn't just having a little fun time, making some money just for some fun time. One particular boy, I believe he looked like a half elf. I can't really remember his specific. But he had that look in his eyes. The look that said he was just doing it because he was having fun.
Right. And that bothers you.
A little bit, yeah. I hope that boy got smacking.
Well, he got 15 years, so...
I meant from his parents. That's the worst kind of punishment of all.
Right. Well, if you were to accept my offer, I'm not going to assume that you're going to. If you're going to accept my offer, how do you think you would change the city for the better?
No, honestly, I'm not really much of a fighter these days. Well, yes and no. But I think I'm going to be doing my best, because I don't want anyone to have a sudden loss like that in their family like I did. That costs not just money, but costs your emotional well-being, especially if you were the one that was the most effective. And like my cousin, he wasn't really speaking for like a month, because he was just still in shock.
Yeah.
Seeing things like that just drives you to do some crazy things.
Clearly. I mean, you stole a mobile construct from from an inventor. You took it on a joyride down into Celestial and crashed it into a donut knoll. That's not nothing. That's not grief. That's not defiance. That's outright rebellion, I would say.
Yeah, that was me just letting out some frustration. I like to call it.
How frustrated were you?
If those boys didn't get caught, I was definitely not. You would definitely not see them ever again.
All right. Well, you see, that's the long and short of it. So, what do you say?
Just one more last question, if you'll humor me.
Sure.
What's the housing like?
We do have company housing. It's not the most luxurious situation in the world. It's mostly studio apartments, but it's warm, got AC in the summer, and somewhere to put your stuff.
Better than that sounds still better than mine. I might even have a door. I had a curtain.
Well, definitely got a door.
Yeah, I think I could take you up on that offer.
Great. Just don't drink the water while you're in there. If you're gonna do anything, boil it, because I just moved out of there myself, and they do their best to maintain, but water heater's old as dirt, so sometimes it
Yeah.
leaks rust into the system.
Yeah, I used to help my cousin out on the farm. Maybe I could possibly take a look at it, at least give him an idea what's wrong with it.
Hey, you could talk to the super and lend a hand. I'm sure he'd be willing to have it.
We'll see. I'll see what I can do.
All right. And he extends a hand. Welcome to the force, Mr. Wilson.
I'm gonna extend a paw out. My claw's not retracted, and I'll be like, "Well, glad to be here."
Gives you a firm handshake and leads you out of the room. About 5 years later, now, you've been with the Bastion City Police Department for about 2 years. You are an established vice operative, vice agent, vice detective. You scrambled your way up, clawed your way, if you'll excuse the pun.
Mhm.
And life's good. You have 2 bedrooms now. You have an
Damn.
office. You have a fridge. You got a window looking into the park. Stuff is good. You have a real bed.
No more,
Sheet.
no more towels and hard benches.
Yeah. As your alarm clock rings and the radio plays in the background, walking into the bathroom, how do we see Ted now?
I see myself as a recovered man. My mane's now all nice and kept neat, because gotta dress for the job that you want. That mark under my eye, it's all gone. I did get that eye surgery for my other eye. Man, I've never been able to see any clearer. Sometimes I can't, but it's an adjustment.
Right.
I open my mouth, check because I'm going to do some teeth brushing. Noticing my teeth are a lot less jagged than they used to be, living off the equivalent of junk food from the old place.
Yeah.
And I see a man who looks like he's ready to take on the world again.
Good. Well, you've got a long-awaited day off after the most recent investigation you were part of wrapped up. You got 2 days, and this is your second. What's Ted's plans for today?
Man, I guess I'm gonna first make sure I got my grocery shopping done, and then afterwards I'm gonna take a long jog through the closest park. Gotta keep myself healthy. I got a job to do after all.
Right.
And maybe I'll stop by the gym for like an hour, and then maybe I don't know. See where the night takes me after that.
Yeah. The grocery store was simple enough. A couple block walk down the street. Busy as always. They were having a sale on produce, so a lot of old ladies were in there scooping up what they could get. You managed to come out pretty clean. You got your necessities. You noticed that there was a new claw polish. You're not really into the glitz and glam, but it's a clear coat. I don't know. Maybe looking somewhat more presentable in that way might help out.
Yeah, why not?
Walking back down the street, you see some young people canvassing for various causes. Like, hello, sir. Would you like to help protect the endangered owlbear population in Elandria? It seems that owlbears are being targeted for their fur and claws, and this way is leading them to be an endangered species. We would really like your help and maybe a donation to help revitalize their population.
I'm gonna stare at the kid and be like, yeah? Owlbears and the Elandrians in Elandria, huh?
You know that owlbears do not exist in Elandria.
Yeah. I'm just gonna give him. I'm not even gonna like smile or anything. I'm just gonna be like, Elandria, huh?
Yes, sir.
Hmm.
If you could just put your name and phone number down here, we can sign you up for a donation link in a newsletter.
Now, I'm no. What is it? What would you call them? People who study animals, kid.
Um, I guess arcana zoologist.
Yeah, I'm not some kind of arcanic zoologist or nothing, but last I at least checked my books, though owlbears don't exist in Elandria.
That's why that they're so endangered. Elandria did used to have a owlbear population, but they had to migrate to other lands to survive.
I'm just gonna put a finger. I'm gonna put a finger right to their mouth. Be like, what do you really want?
Um, what do you, just if you can just put your name and number here.
What do you want?
Are you a cop?
I'm gonna stare him deep in the eyes. Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. Yes. What do you want?
I trying to get numbers for cold calling and stuff like that, telemarketing. And if I come in with numbers to be for people to call, I get a certain cut.
That's so. So you're reward for a couple of people, huh?
Kinda. Yeah. I don't. Oh God.
Hold on. If you just give me their names and their phone numbers, we can just pretend like none of this happened.
And you won't tell them it's me. I'll
just pretend it was just some random street urchin from the Hicks.
All right. He takes a piece of paper, writes down names and numbers, and he goes, "All right, look. If I give you this, I don't go down for anything."
Yeah, I'll even forget you were here.
Okay. He just puts it in your hand and speed walks off.
Yep. I'm just gonna continue my walk on home. I got a call to make, I guess.
As you get home, you go jogging in the park across the street. It's a nice day. 72, breeze, a little bit of sun poking through the clouds. You smell the familiar scent of the elven street food cart setting up near the picnic area. It's a nice day. And then you run by a certain bench. And you swear you saw that guy. That guy that talked to you at the fight ring.
I'm gonna go. Then just retrace back to that bench and be like, "Hello? Do I know you?"
You turn around, looks up and goes, "Mr. Wilson! What a sight for sore eyes. How have you been?"
Better. Improved.
You look like it. You look like you took a bath for the first time in years.
Something like that.
Well, how's life going? Did you get a new job? I heard that you kind of lost your old one.
Yeah. Weird how I got to that location you sent me and got jumped by cops.
Well, stranger things have happened in this city.
Yeah?
My paramour spoke highly of you that night. Saw a lot of potential in your success. I'm very glad to see she was right.
Well, I'm glad she saw something in me too. A little weird. That she saw potential in someone she's never met before.
Oh, she's that way. She can kind of read people and get a good sense of their potential.
Yeah. Huh?
More importantly, I hear you're up for promotion.
Yeah. Something like that. I'm working hard these days.
Yes. Prominent Vice Detective Ted Wilson. 32 solved cases, 87 arrests. Great record.
Yeah. Now, what you doing out here on the bench?
Oh, I'm just enjoying the day. Getting a sense of planning out my next move. Meeting
Yeah.
a compatriot here pretty soon.
Kind of get them jumped too.
No. We play chess on the other side of the park every other Tuesday. So we take a little bit. We meet here, walk a little bit, catch up, and play a couple rounds of chess.
Huh. You don't look like the intellectual type to play chess.
Oh, I'm very intellectual, sir. I've got a lot of dealings in the city. Philanthropy, humanitarian work.
Well, it's great seeing you, but I actually got a couple of things. After I get home, I eventually gotta make a call to work. Got something
Yeah,
earlier.
I got to call in that potential scam.
Oh, now how did you know about that one?
Like I said, I know things. Keep track on
Got
people.
eyes and ears everywhere, huh?
You could say that,
That's a little foreboding.
isn't it? It's good to know what's
A
happening in
little.
your community.
It is, but it happened not that long ago, so that's a little. So I guess I'll just keep my eyes open.
I would do that. I would keep your eyes wide open, sir.
Hey, I will. Trust me.
We may speak again. I got a good feeling.
We might. I have this feeling that every time I see you, something is about to change.
Well, I've been known as an agent of change myself. I try to give back to my community by ensuring such changes. For the better, of course.
Alright. Yeah. Well, I better go take care of that scam before it gets a little out of hand.
You have a good day. And tell Maria at the front desk that her hair looks nice. It'll give her a good confidence.
Will do. Will do. I'm gonna go back on my jog.
See you real soon, Mr. Wilson. Real soon.
That's ominous to hear.
And as you jog off, you know he's watching you run away.
Yep.
You awake in a pile of rubble. Sirens, smoke, screams surround you. You hear the voices of your fellow officers as they try to delay what seems to be the inevitable. You hear Silas getting him monologuing. You hear Aradia talk to her familiars. You see Nadira hype herself up, and you see Cecil debating with himself again. Your head is reeling. The crumbling of the pillar that fell on you falls off your shoulders as you stand. Your joints crack and creak. Blood pools down your face. Your breathing is heavy. You've felt this before. You've cracked 2 ribs, broken a third. This has been too much. This has been too much, too long, and every time this happens, it's good for you, but bad for everyone else. Why? What did you do to deserve this twist of fate that keeps happening? You look up to the floating entity before you. He waves a hand, and everyone else stops talking. He looks you in the eye and says,
Mr. Wilson, what a game we have played, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. God damn it, were you the one who threw the bus at me?
No, that was one of my minions. Fun,
No.
wasn't it?
I'll have to crack his skull later as a thank you.
You and I have been intertwined, Mr. Wilson, and I still don't know why. Throughout our encounters, you have thwarted everything I stand for. And even now, I lay here beneath you, somehow at your mercy, instead of you at mine.
I tend to have that effect on people. Can't really figure out why.
This dagger you threw into me. You know what it is, don't you?
I happen to believe it's a dagger. That's all I need to know.
Such ignorance from a man who fights for good. This will not stand. This cannot stand. You and your compatriots have fallen every time I push you, and somehow you keep getting up.
I have a lot of practice doing that.
No more. No more debating, no more fighting, no more endless struggle. You all will fall this night. I will succeed in my machinations. If
Pretty sure you said that
anything,
last time.
he rips the dagger out of him. He throws it to the ground.
I am done playing with you children.
And he flourishes his weapon to end the fight. This has been Realms Abound MHIU, with Slime as Ted Wilson, and I, Zach Robinson, as the Realm itself. Thank you for listening, and you can find us as Realms Abound on Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, and YouTube. To enjoy more of Slime's wonderful voice, hop on over to Twitch and find Enigmatic Slime. All one word, all lowercase. You can also find us on our Discord server. Use the links on our Instagram to join and talk with the cast, and even listen to our recording sessions live. Thank you once again, and we'll see you next time. Realms Abound, when the dice roll, reality bends.